Sweat Lodge, the guy, who three of them died, the
Yeah.
guy blocked them. This is the guru that was on Oprah. Yeah, they'll be fine. And one woman said, Tom has passed out.
That's
And
all part of the thing.
we'll take care of it in the next segment.
It was televised?
No, it was like apparently they do it in four parts. Televised, great. It's a snuff film.
We'll be right back.
Well, maybe you won't.
Some of us will be right back. The other night I went to the Botar Ball black tie event here. And
Congratulations, very
so,
prestigious.
thank you. It's a tremendous honor just to be nominated.
Yes.
And after I'd been there for 2 hours, I went to the restroom. My fly had been down for 2 complete hours of the ball. And so, of course, what do? You zip up your fly, and the next thing you do is you post that to Facebook. So,
Did anybody say
everybody said, there was it got like 15 different responses.
Steve's outfit's getting a lot of attention?
Well, there were comments, if you're going commando, then maybe there'd be something to talk about.
I'd like to introduce you to a really new debutante.
I sort of thought, well, that's a private matter. I'm not putting it on Twitter, but I will put it on Facebook.
Everything is completely fair game.
Because, I've got, like, if you do Google search, I did my Google profile with my phone number and my address on there. I guess if someone really wanted to find you anyway, even if you were trying to keep it private, I imagine they could still find you.
It'd be interesting to do, like, a contest to just name Carol Burnett and then see how soon someone could find her address, her phone number.
Yeah, Salman Rushdie.
London, England.
Yeah.
Is everything on Facebook now Google searchable?
I don't think so. You can set your profile to not be Google searchable.
Because I would need to do that then. I would think I would be one of those. I don't know that I would care. There's nothing. I care about my MasterCard. I care about my bank account.
I've got all that on my profile.
You have your social security number online?
Yes.
I have my utility bills.
But anymore it doesn't matter. People will, it's like that blunt card that's, I hope you choke on your lunch so I don't have to read about it later on Twitter. People will tell you everything about what they're doing, and a lot of it, you don't necessarily care about.
But I wonder if it's also a generational thing. People should be obviously more concerned about it, but obviously people that have never feared about their privacy, like a McCarthy hearing is not resonating in a 22-year-old's mind.
I guess so, yeah. I bet there are plenty of people, and I guess, our age, our generation, of course, was not part of the McCarthy thing, but...
Charlie McCarthy. I
was more of a Waylon and Madame fan. I don't know. I guess older people are still doing the same thing.
I used to work at a clothing store, and the man he was 80, and he was my co-salesman. You can imagine how good I was. He burnt at every bill that he received. He would put in his fireplace and burn it because he didn't want anybody to find out. And I was like, what information? Could they possibly get your address? Yes. He was completely paranoid. But maybe it's a generational thing.
You still burn all your floppy disks after you
always
put private information on
I
them?
insist on that. And my Waylon and Madame discs. Well, I did stalk Waylon for a few months.
I stalked Madame. Madame stalked me. She
Ooh.
found my address on the Google.
She just Googled you from Facebook's.
But there's also there's just, everybody's putting out, some people treat their blog like their diary, and everything is out there.
I don't have anyone that I have talked to that mentions privacy as a wholesale concern.
Well, people used to be afraid to even have third-party cookies. Remember, that was a huge thing like 5 years ago. No one talks about it anymore, and you can't use most basic websites without allowing them.
No one talks about that anymore. Remember in 96, 98, that was a huge privacy issue. Every conference, they were always talking about, how dare you allow these cookies? You're going to follow my tracking. Now people see it as a convenience.
Well, I think because they realize that all the companies who are gathering all this data really don't have time to look at any of it.
Right.
You'd have to have one person working for the company for every one customer.
Do you think that's it? That they realize that Big Brother is as incompetent as any organization on the planet, and it's impossible?
It's like you voluntarily give it up to Big Brother. You put a webcam on your computer, and I mean, it's like putting the screen that they had in 1984 in your own house yourself and paying for installation.
But isn't Big Brother now Verizon? It's like your electric company. I care. I mean, Verizon has everything.
Yeah.
AT&T. They take my social security.
I mean, what data are you giving them? I guess your phone records would tell a lot, but you know, with Google Maps, you can tell everybody where you are
I
all the time.
know. It is interesting. If you start to freak people out about it, you can. They know where you're sitting right now. All of your. They know you play the piano.
I'm afraid of your big brother, Hal.
Scott Rivera is the one I'm afraid of. I think though the case is convenience has trumped privacy.
And there's still people who rail about it, people who refuse to allow JavaScript on websites, but you're depriving yourself of you're depraved, and you're depriving yourself of half the experience of using these websites.
Well, Steve, this has been a real pleasure. My privacy settings are flashing, though. I think I need to pay heed. You look a little pale. Everything all right? Steve? Steve!